My name is Kisa. I'm going to be presenting my introduction speech for you guys, and if you all would like to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Walter.
Hi, I'm Kiana.
Hi, I'm Keyshawn.
Okay, everyone. So I would like to talk about how there are 3 movies that I can best identify with. These 3 movies, they have characters in them that I can relate to. One of the first movies is called Two Can Play That Game. This is a movie basically where it's talking about the single life and how a woman dates a guy and they kind of go through this little cat and mouse scenario, and how the woman has very quick wits and she's very business driven and she's very smart, has her own money, and it's kind of hard for her in the dating world because men can sometimes find that intimidating. So this is something that I definitely can relate to because I'm a single young lady, very business driven, very quick witted, and I do have my own money. So it is something that I can relate to. Another movie that I also have a very good correlation with is What's Love Got to Do with It. This is a story based on the story about Tina Turner and Ike Turner. She was a small town country girl who met this guy. He was older, kind of promised her the world, and they ended up in an abusive relationship. So this is something I can also relate to because I have been in an abusive relationship previously, but I have overcome, and it was the same scenario. Small country girl, very young, impressionable, and meet an older guy, and he kind of promises me the world, but then things don't end up the way that he promised that they would. So this is also another movie that I can relate to. One final movie that I can relate to is the movie Bridesmaids. Very comical movie about a girl named Annie. Annie is kind of feeling left out because her friend, or her one very good friend that she has, is getting married. And her other friend, she has lots of friends that are kind of well-to-do and they are better off than she is, but Annie kind of ends up feeling left out. But how I can relate most to this movie is just the laughs and the comical behavior and the fun and the relationship that the ladies have when they finally do get their relationship ironed out, because there are some kinks that goes on in the movie with her planning her wedding, and it's kind of some ups and downs going on, but it ends up being a very awesome movie and everyone comes together. It's female empowerment, and those are things that I am definitely all about. So those are the 3 movies that I feel like I can totally relate to. I can take something away from each of these movies, and there are 3 of my favorite movies. It was kind of hard for me to narrow it down to just those 3 because I do consider myself a movie buff. So I had to put a lot of thought and process and time and thinking into that. But when I came up to it, I think those 3 were the best ones that suited me. So I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to listen to my speech and to be present. And do any of you have any questions that you'd like to ask? No? No questions? Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming, and I appreciate it.